Hello, everyone. This is the California Freedom Alliance with your host, Alexander Horat. Today, I'm going to be talking a little bit about the Tuolumne Climate Action Plan and how our county is spreading disinformation and lies about the actual plan. So, in response to what we did, we actually had a protest against the Climate Action Plan the other day, where about 30 people attended and we're in my motherlode and everything else we're doing, trying to tell everybody how there was a climate action plan being voted on. The county actually did its best to hide it under the table, in my opinion, and really almost nobody knew anything about it. So the California Freedom Alliance started making everybody aware that they were trying to pass a climate action plan, which is going to destroy our rural way of life in Tuolumne County. So in response to what we have been doing, the county of Tuolumne has actually just issued this, and I'm going to show you right now. Tuolumne County Climate Action Plan Frequently Asked Questions, July 2022. And I'm going to explain to you and show you how almost everything in this is a complete lie and disinformation perpetrated by the county of Tuolumne. So I'm going to share this. So here's the first thing. The Climate Action Plan creates a set of goals for the community to reference when making decisions about how Tuolumne County handles climate-related events, including drought, wildfire, and extreme heat. So basically what this climate action plan does, it's basically making these measures policies, which is going to allow the county to do whatever it wants in regards to the climate action plan, like banning wood-burning stoves and banning gasoline engines. And it's basically, we see what's happening in the Netherlands right now. The farmers have been told that you have to reduce your cattle herds by 98%, and it's going to ruin all the farms in the Netherlands. So the people have been trying to protest. They've been having their tractors go on the major highways, and this is happening right now. A very similar plan. It's a world agenda. It's going on everywhere, including the Netherlands. And the farmers have been protesting. They put their tractors on the highways, and the police have been shooting at them. And now the people in the Netherlands have almost no food in their stores. The country has really a lot of unrest is happening there. So that's just a preview of what's going to happen here. So basically what the climate action plan serves is, I talked to a lady from Stanislaus where a similar measure was passed, and she was fined $250 for watering her front grass. And they even have this county task force to see if there's smoke coming out of someone's chimney and getting rid of their fireplaces. So it's basically like boiling like a toad or a frog slowly. They don't feel it happening, but then and it kills them eventually, and they just don't know because they didn't turn up the heat really quickly. So this is just, they're going to slowly be implementing all these terrible laws. And I'm also going to share now how everything they're saying is complete lies and fabrication. So I'm going to share first. Here's right here. Does the climate action plan require me to remove my wood burning stove? It says the climate action plan will not require residents to remove their wood burning stoves. Or wood-burning appliances. But here's the measure. Here's what's actually going to be the policy. Measure 2.4 of the Climate Action Plan states, improve indoor air quality by replacing wood-burning fireplaces and other wood-burning appliances, end quote. So that's saying replacing, that means getting rid of. And then they try to lie right here, saying that the Climate Action Plan does not require the removal of wood stoves. That the CAP only identifies that wood stoves are a source of particulate matter that may degrade indoor air quality. But that's not true at all. You can just read their measure right here, what's actually going to be the law: improve indoor air quality by replacing wood-burning stoves. So that means they are getting rid of wood-burning fireplaces and other wood-burning appliances. So what they said right here is just complete lies and disinformation. You can just see it, just from reading this. So they're just trying to lie to you and say that that's not going to happen because they want nobody to be worried about this. They want this to pass very easily. And there's also some other things going on right here. Will the climate action plan ban backyard burning? So that's basically allowing you to have permits to be able to burn piles outside of your property. And they say the CAP is a policy document, not an ordinance or local regulation. And its adoption would not result in a ban on backyard burning. But exactly like I said, they're trying to lie again. It's a policy document, so that means that that's what they're going to be trying to do. And it does say right here in Measure 4.1 of the CAP states, reduce open burning, e.g. agricultural burning, backyard burning. So that's one thing that it says right there. They don't even have the quotes in that. completely. But yeah, so that's basically going to increase fire danger, fire hazard. Why would that even be part of the plan? Reduce open burning. That's just going to cause, our forests to be unmanageable, more things on the ground. It's going to be hard to stop forest fires because there's all that wood that we can't burn or get rid of. And, sometimes there's so much, like in this picture right here, that you can't take it to the slash pile and pay all that money to. So it's basically getting rid of fundamental property rights, and it's making a fire hazard, making the fire problem much worse. And another thing too about this climate action plan is that it doesn't show the fiscal monetary amount of how much this plan is going to cost the county. And that's another thing that is going to be really crazy. And they hardly even talk about wildfires. So we'll just keep going down and identify some of the other lies that they have put. So why isn't there a cost benefit analysis of the CAP? How much will this cost to implement? Well, there may be a cost implementing the suggested measures in the CAP. Climate action provides many additional benefits. Cost effectiveness was not part of the scope of the CAP, but will be considered during implementation of specific measures identified in the plan. So they're basically not even giving any good reason why there was not a cost analysis. They're basically saying, oh, you'll find out, once we pass this, how much it's going to cost you, how many billions of dollars it's going to cost you. And we already saw how much it's cost us in the Netherlands, for instance. It's costing, people not even being able to have food. They also want to reduce agriculture and water. If approved, will the CAP ban off-road vehicles? Measure 2.3 states reduce air pollution from off-road vehicles and equipment. So they go and talk about basically, the problems of off-road vehicles. Banning off-road vehicle use for the type of off-road vehicles analyzed in the CAP would not be possible. So I did actually ask them at one of their local meetings, and so did one of the people did too, how this would affect, off-road vehicles. And they said what's going to happen is that they're going to be closing down all the trails for off-road vehicles. So effectively, your off-road vehicle is going to be of no use to you because you're not going to be able to use it in the county anymore. And then it says, will approval of the CAP ban gasoline engines? Similarly, the CAP does not require the elimination of gasoline engines. Such a requirement would not be possible. But then it says right here, so another lie, measure 4.1, transition to 100% clean electricity. So this measure would result in the greatest GHG reduction potential and the greatest benefit to climate resiliency. So this is another complete lie. They say it does not require, yet they say transition to 100% clean energy and how it's going to reduce potential, GHG potential. So this is completely nuts. They're just lying again. That's what the measure says. That's what it actually says in their whole plan. So that's another lie that I just wanted to share with you. So we're just going to continue scrolling down, and then they're talking about greenhouse gases. A GHG emission inventory is a snapshot reference of annual emissions associated with community-wide activities. So here it is. Here it shows your cattle because they're promoting that they have all these emissions, from farting and everything. So that's ruining our county's whole ecosystem, even though animals farting is completely natural. So unfortunately, they want to get rid of your cattle. They want to get rid of your food source. Then they eventually want to get rid of you because, people fart too, just like cattle. So we need to reduce human emissions of farting. So this is completely how crazy this plan gets further down the line. So let's just continue going down here to show. So the emissions reduction targets in this climate action plan are consistent with statewide GHG emission reduction targets. The state's 2030 and 2050 targets are in line with the scientifically established levels, basically to limit global temperature. The funny thing is that the county's going beyond what the state is doing. That's why they're passing this. And number two, they're all in line with the 2030 agenda, 2050 agenda. And that's why this climate action plan is happening all across, the world. What's going on in the Netherlands, because it's all part of the United Nations plan to get rid of gasoline, to get rid of fuel, and basically, turn this world, into a wasteland pretty much, because we're not going to be able to do anything, not going to be able to feed our families. So if this doesn't make the people of Tuolumne County angry, I don't know what will, because this is the biggest attack on our freedoms in Tuolumne County's history, at least known history, in my opinion. Because we see what's going on in the Netherlands. You're not going to be able to feed your family, not going to have a wood fireplace. You're going to be banned for watering your own front grass and everything, basically being fined. So one thing the county does sneakily too is that although when they have when they want to increase taxes by 1%, they need the voters to sign off and say yes on that. If they want to have fines and stuff to increase their revenues, they're completely allowed to do that without the voters having any say at the board of supervisors. And what this plan is going to do, it's going to cause most of us to move out of the rural area, Tuolumne County, and force us to move into the big cities like San Francisco and LA, where they may be able to implement this type of plan. Because if you get rid of your gasoline engine, that basically leaves biking and walking. That's one thing they talk about in their climate action plan, if you read it. And, there's a lot of elderly people and they're not going to be able to bike everywhere. And, there's a lot of people who can't afford losing their wood fireplace to heat their homes, because wood is one of the cheapest renewable energy sources to heat people's homes. And they're also trying to ban, gas as well, because, that's bad for the environment. And what this climate action plan, after it guts our entire county, it's going to leave us at the mercy of an unreliable power company called PG&E. And they've actually, they turned off my power recently. They get to control the lights. They can turn it on, turn it off whenever they want to. And they've actually started some fires that it's been known that they did in our county, and they're so worried about fires. But you're going to let them to control all our energy. It's completely nuts. That's all I can say. So I just hope that you all join the California Freedom Alliance in its goal in stopping the climate action plan. Please call your supervisor, email them, attend the county meetings every other Tuesday in downtown Sonora. And also, if you like, we're going to be having some meetings with the California Freedom Alliance. We're having a meeting this Friday. We're going to be having a really great speaker named David Morgan, who's going to be speaking a little bit about this and other things that are taking away our freedoms left and right. So if you'd like to attend that, that would be really appreciated. And we meet every, I believe, second and fourth Tuesday. And we'll have the links when we're meeting on our Facebook page. And also you can always email me at californiafreedomalliance@gmail.com. So I just hope you have a good day. Thank you for watching. God bless.